for loyalty.
Like the way you walk over there. Hey now, would you look over there? All black boots and long wear. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Want to talk to you. Come on, let's drive around. Take the top down, fool around. Come on, let's drive around. Take the top down, fool around. Hey! Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you a stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there.
Woo! How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Monday. It is a Monday, September 12th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Cash Out Monday. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Follow the top players each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com, and you can see Dom, the Magnums, like Magnum PI, absolutely crushed it yesterday on a NFL Sunday. While everybody's focused on the NFL, there goes Dom just crushing it in baseball. 14-1, one loss away from a Gold Glove, but great job, Dom. Art 55, 11-4. Yours truly, Ron Raymond, 12-3. So the top baseball pickers yesterday had a really nice day at bullpenpicks.com. Folks, follow the top pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. All right, good morning and good afternoon or good night wherever you are located around the world. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in the nation's capital, and it's nice and sunny. It's going to get a hot one here today. I think it's going to be in the 20s, 26 or something like that Celsius. I know it's not a Fahrenheit. I know it's not as hot as say down south in Florida or Texas or wherever all the heat wave is going. But it is a nice day here north of the border in the nation's capital, and hopefully you guys had yourself a great NFL football Sunday, a great college football Saturday, and wow, what a weekend. And man, hopefully you guys still have a bank account roll going, and and this is why I come on every day to talk and preach the less is more theory of the Raymond Report. And speaking of less is more, and if you're wanting to learn about the sports betting tip sheets, or not the tip sheets, or you want to get more involved in sports betting, but you really, if you're new and you want to learn more about the fundamentals of sports handicapping, I wrote this book in 2009. It's Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets. You can get this book right here at atsstats.com. All you got to do is go to Tools, 50 Greatest Secrets, and I wrote this book in 2009, and there's also 30 bonus tips. And one of my favorite tips that I like, and you'll see it on a college football Saturday, that first game on the board on a football college Saturday, that's what I call my silver bullet play, where the bookmakers want to kill your parlay and put that trap game of the week. And I don't know what it was this week. I'll have to take a look at it. But normally the first two games is where they want to kill your parlay, and they put that trap line of the week. And you get other great tips like that in the book right here. You can buy it on Amazon or at atsstats.com. And if you're tuning in for the very first time and you're wondering who's that guy with the Yankees hat on and why is he talking about sports betting, well, I've been doing this since 1996, and this is not my first barbecue or rodeo, as they say. And if you want to learn about fundamentals, and this is one of probably the best podcasts to really engage with other members and ramblers and gamblers of the bullpen. Those are what we call the sports bettors that you see here each and every morning. They're in there talking sports betting, and we're always trying to get an edge and just basically making you aware of sports betting's the tips and the values and the beware of the traps, right? And if you're a beginner, There's going to be a link in the description how to avoid beginner's mistake, and you can get that at the website. And again, the Raymond Report fundamentals are value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we use a very disciplined money management system. You can get that system here at atsstats.com. And as you can see, we are running a promo here at the website. If you put in the promo code SCP22, Sept22, you can get 20% off your monthly or yearly membership right here today at atsstats.com. All right, I want to say good morning to the bullpen, and I see some of the Ramblers and Gamblers are stumbling into the bullpen. Hopefully they're tripping over their money that they made here this weekend at the with their sports picks. And I see that Bo Jackson's in the house. Good morning, Bo. Mark Nations, happy overreaction Monday. Yeah, we're going to talk about an overreaction. I thought on Mondays, that's a great title for it. Overreaction Monday. Go look at some of the games, and I got a lot of notes that I want to share with you this weekend. You can see Scott's in the bullpen. Good morning, Scott. The network's in the house. How you doing there? Who's Mizzou? And Scott says he cashed in on those Steelers. Yeah, we had the Steelers as a premium pick, and we also had Tennessee. Man, we got burnt. And, you know, this is why I say all the time, right? And if you follow the Raymond Report, I don't lay points, and I'll talk about that in my golden rules of sports betting. And we were just a field goal away from not covering the spread, but getting the pick on the money line, and that's why I bet the money line, just for situations exactly like that. But the Steelers were one of my top premium picks yesterday, and man, love Mike Tomlin. He's like the Kevin Cash for me right now of baseball, right? Kevin Cash, the cash man in Tampa Bay, even though they had a rough weekend in the Bronx. But we'll be talking about that game here today. But hopefully you guys had a good weekend. But you know who had a really good weekend? Ross the Boss Benjamin. Let's take a look at Ross's picks this weekend. And if you follow Ross here at the show, all he does is give out winners, right? What did he remember 2 weeks ago? He said, guys, Atlanta Falcons, he goes, I don't understand why it's 5.5. It should be, like I said, I think he said it's like a field goal game. He got the right there. But look at his picks this weekend. Ross Benjamin, Houston Cougars, yeah, they got the cover. Minnesota Vikings got the win. His only loss, Arizona yesterday. He had the Giants plus 5.5, and he had the Steelers. Also, he had the Cowboys. He had Air Force on Saturday, Texas Longhorn, Northwestern. I think that was his only college football loss on the weekend, and Georgia State Panthers. So Ross the Boss Benjamin, big weekend. And yours truly, Ron Raymond, had a pretty good weekend. You know what? It wasn't a great weekend like Ross, but it was head above water type weekend, right? Had the Buffalo Bills on the Thursday game, had the Blue Jays, had the Liberty Flames. That was my top the football pick of college football. I only had 2 picks this week in college. Liberty Flames was one of them, and I lost with the other pick, which was Florida. I had Florida straight up. Florida, yeah, pooped the bed there in the swamp. Tennessee, we lost that one on the money line, and Pittsburgh Steelers, that was my best play this weekend, and hopefully you guys were able to cash in on some of those plays here this weekend. But again, when you're going into NFL week number 1, what do I say all the time? Hey, you don't want to be doing belly flops in week 1. Toe in the water, right? Toe in the water. You just want to know who's who in the zoo. And we're going to take a look at who the teams were this weekend. And you know what? Some of these teams, really disappointing. And some of these teams really impressed. Young coaches in the NFL. You can see, O'Connell in Minnesota. Matt LaFleur, unfortunately, it's not that he got out coached. Just right now, you can't go to a gunfight with a slingshot, right? And that's what happened yesterday with the Green Bay Packers. But you know what? Big win, Chicago Bears, right? Matt Eberflus, first win as the Chicago Bears. But what a monsoon that was at Soldier Field. And so pretty good. Hey, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. NFL Week 1, and if you're like me, you were exhausted after the day. It's just amazing when you're watching NFL football. And then once you get to the Sunday night game, you're just drained from just focusing. It's like driving like 10 hours on a highway, right? You're just constantly focusing and you're analyzing everything. You're trying to absorb everything. It could really get draining watching NFL football. I know that sounds pretty stupid, but it's ask any professional bettor, gambler. It is that. Thank God they only play once a week, right? Imagine not to go through that every day. But again, if you're tuning in for the very first time, you're going to hear me talk a lot about A, B, and C type teams in the Raymond Report. A type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams are teams with a 50 to 59.9, and then 49.9%. Those are C-type teams, and I very rarely bet on those type of teams. I did this weekend with the Ottawa Redblacks as a beer and pizza money bet, but unfortunately, Ottawa, they're allergic to winning this season, especially at home. Like I told the guy beside me at the game, I said, I wish all our games were on the road. We tend to play better on the road. You're also going to hear me talk about bullish, neutral, and bearish teams. You know, I do follow streaks, but I don't bet progression streaks. Maybe I should have last week with Atlanta, but thank God I didn't, because they ran into a buzzsaw with the Mariners. But any teams in Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA, any team that's bullish, they're going to be 7-0, 6-1, 5-2 in their last 7 games. Any team that is neutral, 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7, and teams that are bearish, 0-7, 1-6, 2-5, and I never bet on bearish teams.
Oh no, never.
Never, says Denis Lemieux of the Charleston Chiefs. All right, today I see my good friend Rui Pedro Negueria is in the house, just passing here to say hello. Been studying soccer and preparing my NBA season. You have been an inspiration. Thank you, Rui, and I appreciate you coming on the bullpen this morning. And again, if you're tuning in for the very first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you do enjoy the show. And speaking of the top 10 commandments, these are the golden rules of sports betting. Thou shalt not is the title of the segment. Avoid or bet big money on C-type teams in the Raymond Report.
Oh no, never.
Why not?
I never lay points. I will bet the money line, take the points, or bet the over-under.
Oh no, never.
Yeah, I never bet on double headers. Never. Follow a disciplined money management system. I never force a pick because I need action on the game.
Oh no, never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules. Never chase a losing bet on a bad day. Bet with your wallet, not your heart. Beer and pizza money on C type grime. Never bet against A-type teams who are bullish at home.
Oh no, never.
Never. And the 24-hour rule. What exactly is the 24-hour rule? Well, if you had a big day on Sunday in the NFL, take the day off, enjoy those big wins, enjoy that money, and because you just never know when the next big win's going to come. And the last thing you want to do is have a great Sunday and give it all back to the Monday night chaser, right? People who lost their rear ends on the weekend. Last thing you want to do is go out and get more money and then give it right back to the books, thinking you got the right team this time. And if it didn't happen on Sunday, what makes you think it's going to happen on Monday? So be careful chasing those Monday night wins, but enjoy those wins, and never bet against bearish teams that are in a bearish cycle.
Oh no, never.
Why not?
Against the rules. You know, you're stupid when you do that.
Well, you're not stupid, but you shouldn't just be doing that. Anyway, those are some of the money management 10 commandments here of the Raymond Report. And again, we use a disciplined money management system, and hopefully you guys are using that system. And if you want to try the Raymond Report, all you got to do is go to atsstats.com and hopefully you sign up. And I think we got our cash issue settled. Not cash as in money, but cash as in web browser. A lot of things was happening was that people would sign up and then go right to the login page, and they're like, hey, I just signed up, now I'm getting this message, contact the administrator. If that happens to you, hit the refresh button, your cache is going to clear, and then you'll be able to log in as long as you have a valid membership here at the website. Speaking of the website, the World Series of Handicapping football contest took place week 1, and we had a couple of guys or players who did very well. Last year's champion, the Phenom, look at that, he went 6-1 on Sunday, and Dumper wins a 1-year membership at atsstats.com. Folks, even though you miss NFL week 1, you can still join this contest and you can win the week. And you can win the week. You can't win the grand prize now because you missed week 1. But why not sign up? Try to win a 1-year membership at atsstats.com. Go 7-0 or better, and you will win the free membership courtesy of ATS Stats. And sign up today. But also JS Wentz, the handicapper, also had a good day. 6-0. He's got Denver tonight pending. 6-1 for the Phenom. Kobe Ryan, W, 6-0. He needs, let me see here. What does he need tonight? Seattle to get another free membership. So week 1's in the books. My name is handicapper is Rocket, and I went 4-3 yesterday. And again, my top 2 plays in the contest, I had the Steelers, Lions, and Dolphins. Those were my top 3 plays. I lost with the Titans. I lost with the Packers. I had the Bills on Thursday night, and then I lost with the Cowboys. Ooh, Cowboys.
Struggling.
Yeah, they are struggling big time. But man, hey, what a NFL week number 1, right? Quizman's in the house. Good morning, Quizman. Tongue-tied 89. Good morning, Tongue-tied. Haven't seen our good friend Gloria K yet.
Put that coffee.
Hey, haven't seen the closer yet. Mitchell Watson's in the house. Good morning, Mitchell. Don't forget, guys, hit that like buttons and share this podcast. Let's get as many people into the bullpen each and every morning. And as always, I don't think let me see here. Did I do the free pick for the horse racing video yet? I don't think I did. So I'm going to have to do that real quickly right now. And I'm going to go to my back end here, and I'm going to hit the horse racing tip sheet. And I'm going to put in, today is the 12th, and Parks Racing will be today's free tip sheet of the day. And as we always do, we always go feed the ponies. Everybody's racing to the window right now. Give me the 3 horse. Hey, give me the 3. They are off and running today at Parks Racing. Today is September 12th. Monday is September 12th. Today, first race at Parks is a $35,000 maiden special weight race. 12:55 post time, 7 furlongs on the dirt. And the tip sheet here is going to recommend 416 in race number 1 today at Parks Racing. The 4 horse, Ira the Icon. Pennington's in the saddle. He's 45% in the money. You got Fletcher, number 1, 3-1 morning line. The 1 horse, Fletcher with Barboza in the saddle. And then you got the 6 horse, Alta Fox. Nunez taking the ride here on the 6, 9-2 morning line. And if you want a Joker's wild selection, take the 5 horse. These guys got game. Silvera's in the saddle, 35% in the money. Silvera is the Joker's wild selection. But if I were to play here today, I would take the 1 horse, Fletcher, with Barboza in the saddle. And what you want to do, if you got a $20 budget, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 1 horse, Fletcher. This way, he comes in first, you get paid twice. He comes in second, you get paid once, which is also nice. And you can bet all the ponies today at Parks Racing, courtesy of the tip sheet right here at atsstats.com. All right, man, a lot of fun.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
We always have fun here on a Cash Out Monday. And why do we call it a Cash Out Monday? Because the one thing, and I say this, and I'll say this every Monday, and I know you're going to get annoyed and probably, tired of hearing me saying this, but I'm going to do it anyways. When was the last time you cashed out at your sports book? And if you're being honest with yourself, let us know. Because the one thing that sports bettors are not very good at doing is knowing when to cashing out, right? So if you cash out, and let's say you started with a $500 bankroll and you got that up to about say 800, 700, take a little bit of money out, take your profits out and go right back to normal. Always have some type of disciplined money management system that we talk about here at the top of the show, the 5 golden rules of the Raymond Report. Rule number 5, a disciplined money management system. And this is why we call it a Cash Out Monday, because at the end of the day, you got to cash out sometime, right? It's as much as my good friend Greg Dempson would say, when you walk into the sports book, it doesn't say bank, right? It doesn't say bank, it says casino. And they're there against you. And as much as you think they're your friends, they're not. They're there to make money. And always remember, it's you against the bookmaker, and this is why we do these shows, right? To don't get too comfy with your sports book, guys, right? Because the one thing also is, and you see a lot of these promotions, right? The sports books will say, "Hey, sign up, and we'll give you $100 bonus, or we'll give you a deposit bonus." Always read the fine line, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of bettors are going to go and sign up with, say, DraftKings or any of the FanDuel or BetMGM or the offshore guys, anywhere they're betting. The one thing, you got to read the fine line. So if you deposit, say $100, and they say, well, deposit 100, we'll give you 100. Understand the rules and ask them, look, if I deposit $100 and now there's $200 in my account, and let's say I make the next bet and it wins, can I cash out? And there might be a rollover rule, right? A rollover means that you got to roll over that $100 like 3, 5, 7 times, and you got to read the fine rules to make sure what the rollover rules. I think a lot of people don't understand that. They just see the promotion, that sexy promotion. Deposit 100, we'll give you 100, and then when you win, it's like, all right, can I cash out? And it's like, nope, you got to roll it over 10 times. What does that mean, right? So be careful, and that's why we do the show. That's why we do the show. So this way, the novice sports bettor is in full control and knowing what's happening. All right. The sports betting index.
Show me the money!
Yeah, who showed us the money here on a Sunday in Major League Baseball? Well, if you bet the favorites, and you can see my good friends here at Bullpen Picks, Dom 14-1, 12-3 for yours truly, Ron Raymond, and Art 55. Artie, the one-man party, he went 11-4. Hey, that's a pretty good record. All three of these guys here together. Hey, that's why you go look at Bullpen to get those picks. 10-5 on a Sunday, and you can see 9-6 to the over. And on the 7-day average, wow, look at all the green right here. We are in a bullish market when it comes to favorites. But are you shocked? I'm not shocked, because every time after the trade deadline, the favorites do go on a good run, and 60% of the games have gone over in Major League Baseball the last 7 days. So a pretty good day right there. Let me see if the NFL is updated yet. Yep, we do have some NFL. So let's take a look at NFL week number 1. And you can see right now, 66.7% of the NFL teams on Thursday and Sunday won straight up, but only 53% covered the spread. So favorites winning 63% of the games, but only covering 53%. So that's a 13% difference straight up to the over-under, and it's gonna be like that on most of the year, right? I'm gonna be interested to see if this goes a little bit higher or lower. I got a feeling it might go a little bit lower, but look at all the unders yesterday. 9-5 to the unders in the NFL. College football on Saturday, and now we're back to normal week 1 and 2 and all that stuff. On Saturday, or the week number 2, I know our weeks are a little off right here. This was 0, 1, 2. And 75% of the college football teams this weekend won straight up, but only covered 47% of the games. Wow, 47. And when you compare that, so do that, 5, you got an 8 right there, 28% difference. Wow, that is unbelievable. So the favorites winning 75% of the game straight up, but only 47.8. But that's the bookmaker's job, right? What's the bookmaker's job? His job is to,
Straight cash, homie.
yeah, to get that straight cash. But they done a good job this weekend when it comes to covering the point spread or getting balanced action, right? Always remember, the bookmaker's job, got 100 people in the room, put 50 on the, say, Notre Dame, 50 on Marshall. Let's talk about an upset right there, right? Sorry if I opened up a wound there for the Irish fans. But, yeah, that's his job, is to get equal balance on the game. So this way, the line, the betting line has equal betting into that line and a lot of balance. And then they make their adjustments on other games, right? So pretty good weekend for the NFL, college football. And also, let's give some love here to my Canadian football fans, the CFL. Hey, somebody's got to fight for the little guy, and that's me right here fighting for the CFL guys. And you can see 75% of the favorites won in the Canadian Football League this weekend, and they also covered the spread. So a bullish weekend for the CFL, 50-50 when it comes to the over-under. And that is your money report, market watch for the this weekend in college football, NFL, CFL, and Major League Baseball. And yeah, you can tell the grind is getting real now, right? You can tell the grind is getting real because all the sports are starting to happen. Just wait until 2 weeks from now, NHL, and then a month from now, NBA. We are going to be in full throttle mode right here at the Raymond Report. All right, speaking of the Raymond Report, you can get the Rain Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. And in the next segment, we always take a look at the market, Bears and Bulls. And what I do is I let you know what teams you want to be looking at betting baseball. And we'll take a look at that Monday Night Football game between the Broncos and the Seahawks. And also, we got a short card in Major League Baseball today. So I might put in my picks today at bullpenpicks.com. All right, John Presco says, I made it. Good morning, John. Hi there, F. F is for fantastic. And hi there, T. on the road today, says F, and can't wait for the NHL, says Bo Jackson. Gloria is on a golf course getting windburn right now, says Scott F. Right on. That deserves a little golf clap right there, eh? A little golf clap for Scott with the one-liner. BC wins in the house. Good morning, BC. And Bo knows. And we got a lot of Bows in the house here, eh? The Black Ice premiere was amazing on Saturday. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about that. I'm going to have to PVR it. And I wonder if I can get the... is it a series? Is it a series, or was it only one episode? I'm going to have to look into that. All right, so let me see who else is in the house. Yeah, all right, so we got everybody coming in and waiting here on the Major League Baseball, but good weekend this weekend in NFL. We had some great games and kickers, man. How many games went to the last... I told my buddy yesterday, I said, why are we watching like 95% of the game? Let's just watch the last 3 minutes of a football game, because, it's as if the first 95% of the game is just like a teaser, right? All the sweating comes at the end. All right, speaking of sweating, let's take a look at the A, Bs, and C-type teams, and what we do in this segment is... These are the ABCs of me, baby! Yeah, these are the ABCs of me, and we're taking a look at the alpha type teams. Those are teams with a 60% or higher win percentage. Those are the Dodgers, the Houston Astros, the Atlanta Hawks. See, I'm thinking NBA now. Atlanta Braves, New York Yankees. Those are your alpha. Yankees had a good weekend. Yankees had a good weekend against the Rays. As we all know, Rays are, they're very dominant at home, but a little Jekyll and Hyde. They hide on the road. And the New York Mets, on a 2-game win streak right now, but they're neutral. So of all the A-type teams, only the New York Mets are a bit neutral right now. And you know what? They got some bad news last week. Scherzer would be out. And then who else is... they got a couple injuries right now, so they got to work through that. The B-type teams, those are the teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage. The only teams I would really stay away from right now, just until they work out of this bear cycle, is Baltimore and Minnesota. And the teams that are bullish, you got the White Sox, Cleveland, Toronto, Philadelphia. Those are your bullish team. What a series this weekend in Seattle, right? With the Atlanta Braves. Did you see that game yesterday with Eugenio Suarez? Was Eugenio Suarez hitting the game-winning home run to make it 8-7? And we had that. We had the Seattle plus 1.5 runs yesterday with our members selection. And again, folks, if you want to get our picks, all you got to do is go to atsstats.com. And if you want all the picks, we have our members picks right here. That's what your membership, your computer picks. Hey, all the predictions, the forecasts, and then our premium picks of mine and yours truly, Ross the Boss, who had a big weekend in college football. He went 4-1 this week in college football, and I think we had Fresno. Unfortunately, he lost with Fresno as one of his free picks, but Ross had a pretty good weekend when it came to college football. All right, what we got on deck right now? The VPP, the value and percentage play. So let's go take a look. And I'll do the volume percentage, and then I'll break down that Monday Night Football game between the Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. And then we'll take a look at some of the games this weekend, and I'll give you like a rapid fire on each teams and their personnel. It's Tennessee. They better get some receivers, because they got when you're receiving as Edelman Part 2, you're in trouble if you're in Tennessee, right? All right, let's go to Major League Baseball, and then we're going to bring up the games that we're going to handicap here today. Now, again, going back to the Raymond Report, A, B, and C-type teams. So anytime we have a C on C-type crime...
Oh, no, never.
Why not?
Against the rules.
Against the rules. So we don't bet on C-type crime. Today you got Texas against the Marlins. The Marlins are minus 130. You got Cleveland at minus 130 against the Halos. You got 50.7% chance of winning today for Cleveland. And it looks like the... let me see who Cleveland going to send to the hill here today. Let me get my... in fact, let me do this. Let me bring this over here. And I'm just going to... there we go. Bring that right there. Go to my computer picks, and we'll get a snapshot of the starting pitchers. So you can see Cleveland going to go with Connor Pilkington, the lefty, against Reed Detmers of the Halos. Bullish team right now, Cleveland. So Cleveland could be a team you want to circle right now. And what I recommend you do is once you log into the bullpen or the atsstats.com, go to your VPP, your daily value and the value percentage play. Yeah, man, it's a Monday morning. You can yours truly here is pulling a Joe Namath. Yeah, struggling here on the value and percentage play. There you go. The value and percentage play chart. You want to print this chart. And this way you circle the teams you're going to handicap. So I'm going to take a look at the Cleveland game. You got Houston against Detroit, minus 210 for the Astros. A little bit too pricey, even though they're playing Detroit, a C-type team. Who's going here for Houston today? You got, let me see, Framber Valdez going up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Hey, try to say that 3 times real quickly. Yeah, so 60% chance of winning today for Houston. I don't know if I want to lay 210 today on Houston, who's bullish right now. And against C-type teams, though, they do dominate. 55-31 against those C-type teams. And then you got Pittsburgh against Cincinnati. And you know the rules on C-type crime.
Oh, no, never.
Yeah, never bet on those C-type crime. Tampa Bay, Toronto. I love the Blue Jays today. As much as you guys know, I love to bet on Tampa Bay. I think the Blue Jays are in a good spot. I'm going to handicap that game for you guys in just a minute. Chicago taking on the Mets. I'm not laying 300. C-type crime right here.
Oh, no, never.
Yeah, Texas against Miami. Did I already say that? Yeah, doubleheader. That's right. And you know one of the golden rules, right? What's one of the golden rules of sports betting? We don't bet on doubleheaders, right, Denis?
Oh, no, never.
Yeah, against the rules. It's against the rules. LA against Arizona. You got Dodgers taking on the D-backs. D-backs, you know, they've been playing really good the last 30 days. And anytime you get Zach 10-gallon hat or Merrill Kelly going, yeah, you want to really, that's the only time I really consider betting on, that's one of my rules, against the rules. If Arizona is playing against another C-type team, especially for bullpen picks, right? And bullpen, I got no choice. I got to put in a pick. That's the only time I really give Arizona a real consideration is when Merrill Kelly and the Sack 10-gallon hat is pitching for the D-backs. And then you got Atlanta taking on San Fran. The Braves a minus 175. So they're doing the West Coast tour right now, taking on the Giants. And Giants bears 3 days, a 31.5% chance of winning tonight against the Atlanta Braves. And the Braves, the Chop Shop, are going to send tonight Kyle Wright to the hill against Alex Cobb of the San Francisco Giants. But those are that's a snapshot today. And again, every time I do the show, I go through the VPP, the value and percentage play. And what I want to do is I want to circle the teams I'm going to handicap. And again, when you are handicapping, especially in college football, when you got 150 games, right? Let me give you, I'll give you a good, I'm very visual. And I think when I show this to people, then they kind of get it. So if I got all these college football games going on a Saturday, how am I supposed to make an educated decision on, am I going to handicap every game? Look at that. You're probably getting seasick just watching this, right? So you need some type of a system to a process of elimination to eliminate the games you're not going to handicap. And if you follow the golden rules and you follow the 5 key fundamentals, then you'll be able to have a process of elimination and then weed out. And this weekend I went 1-1 my college. Liberty, I've been riding the U-Freeze. Everybody's always looking at the Alabamas, the Texas, the Ohio States, all the big sexy names, right? Hey, who's gonna bet on Liberty, the Flames? Hey, this guy over here, he's gonna bet on them. All right, let me see here. I got Low Key Louie in the house. How you doing there, Low Key? Low Key likes Houston. Scott likes the Cowboys are down to 1 quarterback. Yeah. Oh boy. Hey. Oh God.
Hey Fred, that's one of them Superman suits, ain't it?
Super fly, Bubba, super fly.
Yeah, they need a super fly quarterback right now in Dallas because QB1 is out for the count right now. And Dallas Cowboys. Hey.
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys. Good thing Rex Ryan wasn't there at halftime because that's Rex Ryan's speech you would have heard at halftime.
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, holy cow, that was pretty pitiful. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball and the game I'm going to handicap. And there's also a free pick video. I did a free pick video this morning on this game between the Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. And When I first handicapped this game, my first reaction, and I'm sure everybody does this, right? Everybody, when you pull up the schedule and you're looking at the lines, and your first instinct is like, you know what? There's my Tampa. I always look for Tampa Bay, right? Because they're a team that I always find they're a team that has a lot of value, because everybody's looking for the Yankees, the Dodgers, you know, all the big the big market teams, right? But I looked at this one, and my first instinct is like, okay, let me see what the cash man is today. 39.6. It meets my requirement. But I took a look at some of the other numbers on the Blue Jays, and they ran into a good pitcher. They took 2-3 against the Rangers this weekend, and Martin Perez is the Texas Rangers ace, so he's always a tough out, right? If you're going up against Texas and you got Martin Perez to face, unless you're betting him, it's probably not a really good comfortable bet to bet against Martin Perez, even though it's the Rangers. But you got to respect the pitcher sometime, right? And I got a lot of respect for Martin Perez when he's pitching. So I didn't touch that game. In fact, I think I took Texas yesterday as one of my picks on bullpen. I'm pretty sure I did. I think I did, because I went 12-3. So when I look at my picks yesterday, what's the ones I lost with? Let me see. Texas. Yeah, I did. I took Perez yesterday. I lost with the White Sox. I lost with the Cubbies on the Sunday night game of the week. And I lost with Baltimore, against Boston. But taking a look at tonight's game, you got Jose Barrios. He's 6-1 at the Sky Dome, or Rogers Center, whatever they're calling it these days. Are you like me? I can't keep track with all these name changes. How about we just call them what they originally were? Hey, enough of these corporate sponsor trying to keep up with all these stuff. I know you got bills to pay, but you're messing up all the handicappers on their shows with all these new stadiums. Jose Barrios at home this season at the Sky Dome at the Rogers Center, 6-1, a 4.2 ERA, 4-4 on the road, 6.19. But Barrios in his last 4 starts, 2 wins, no decisions. And his last loss was on August 12th against Cleveland. And that was his last loss since June 26th. So June 26th is the last loss, the second last loss. And then August 12th. So Barrios, and the thing is, if you follow the Blue Jays, Barrios, when he came to Toronto, wants to be the guy. And he wants to respect. The way you gain respect is you don't say it, you show it, right? And you got to go on the hill, and you got to pitch like an ace. You got to go out there and you got to dominate. You got to give your team 6 good innings. If you want to be an ace and you want to be the guy on the rotation, you got to give your team a minimum of 6 innings, right? 6 innings, 7 innings. Give the bullpen a nice break sometimes. I think Barrios is, when he was with Minnesota, he was really good. He had an off year, but hopefully he's back to the old Jose Barrios tonight. Minus 169 is the line I had. You can see minus 150 is the line tonight on the Blue Jays. 15-3 against B-type teams. And for Tampa Bay, look at that at home. 47-24 at Tropicana Field, but only 31-36 at on the road. So the not exactly road warriors when it comes to winning baseball games. Had a tough weekend in the Bronx. They got pounded. They got pounded by the Yankees in the last 2 games. 20-7, and hopefully that carries through tonight. Only for tonight though, because I'm going to bet the Blue Jays here at minus 150. I think we're getting pretty good value. And here's the stat I want to show you down here. When the Toronto Blue Jays coming off an under like they did yesterday, and they're at home, they're pretty good in the next game. 11-2 straight up. And when they're coming off a loss this year at the Rogers Center, well, they played yesterday in Texas and Arlington. Now coming off that loss, they're at home. They are 21-9 in this situation, and 5-0 anytime they allowed 5 runs against in their last game. They got to improve the home record though. They're not very dominant at home, and they're 12-6 coming off a left-handed pitcher. So they faced a southpaw yesterday, but I do like the Blue Jays here today. Yeah, Gausman is, he started really well. Gausman, as Bo Jackson said, he did well at the beginning, but Barrios is still young, says Bo, and Gausman is our top guy, followed by Manoah. You know what? Alex Manoah is the best pitcher on that staff right now, but when it comes to experience, and Jose Barrios got that, but he's got to prove it on the mound, right? But you got a pretty good, if you go in the playoffs and you got Manoah 1, you got Barrios 2, and Gausman's got to pitch better, right? And then you got your Swiss Army knife with Stripling, and unfortunately, Hyunjin Ryu didn't work out, and I knew Kikuchi. Why did they go get him? I don't understand that, but that's a video for another day. That's a video for another day. We're not going to get on the Kikuchi bandwagon today here. All right, so give me the Toronto Blue Jays tonight, guys. That's my probably my top play, and I'll look at that today. All right, let's take a look at Monday Night Football, the game between the Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Now, going into this game, we'll see if Russ will be cooking here tonight for the Seahawks or the Broncos against his old team, the Seahawks. And when you look at this game, you handicap this game, what's the first thing that comes to you that sticks right out, right? 6.5. And remember I said last Friday on the show, I said, guys, I don't like a lot of these big lines. Remember I talked about that on Friday? I said, all these big lines, I'm not too crazy about. In fact, let's take a look at a quick snapshot of all those big lines on the weekend in week number 1. So let me see here. You had Philadelphia, won but didn't cover. Ravens, great job. Jets they pooped the bed. The Jets, as Rex Ryan would say,
how about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, they didn't put it together. Rex, sorry about that. The Colts, right? They tied. I hate ties. Ties are useless, and all they do is screw up my stats. San Francisco.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, they're not talking playoffs right now. They're talking about, and I said this last week. I go, when your backup quarterback has the best winning percentage of all the backups in the league, and he's the only, and let me, don't show tell, don't tell, show it, right? So let me go here. I'm going to bring up my quarterback sheet that I showed you guys last week, and let me go right there. Let's go to NFL, and you can get this too if you're watching at the. Also, I post all the angles and everything like that. There's more to this show than just the weather guy here talking about all the sports. Go to the website, go to NFL and or any of the topics right here, the leagues, and it'll give you the front page of that show or that league. And we talked about this yesterday. Look at the backup quarterbacks in the NFL. Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, a 69 win percentage. Now, let's have a raise of hands. When do you think Jimmy G is going to be the starting quarterback? Week 4? Anybody think week 4 Jimmy G is the starting quarterback? Or are they going to give the more time for the what's his name? Trey Lance, right? Is Trey Lance going to get a little bit more time here? We'll see. It's just, to me, Trey Lance, the old Janet Jackson song, what have you done for me lately, right? To me, he's still a rookie in my view, and you had a good quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. Hey, there's 2 teams in the NFL. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win a Super Bowl. You know how hard it is to win a Super Bowl or a championship? Doesn't even forget Super Bowl. You know how hard it is to win a championship in any sports. When you go into a season, especially in college football, there's 150, 300 teams, right? Everybody is gunning to win that one last game, right? The one last man standing, the last team standing. You know how hard it is to win that championship? And it doesn't mean, it could be Pop Warner. It could be high school. It is tough to win championships. And the thing is, you had a quarterback with a 69 win percentage, but you got to be patient with him. You got to be patient. The one thing with quarterbacks, and I know because I coach quarterbacks, I'm a certified quarterback coach, and it's funny because I've been on teams where the coordinators, what's wrong with that quarterback? You got to give him time. I said the one thing with quarterback position is that you're asking them to be perfect on every down. And here goes Ron's rant. Get off my lawn, guy. Get off my lawn, you kids. But here I'm gonna go on a rant. The one thing that you got to expect for quarterbacks is the only player on the team that touches the ball more than the quarterback is the center. That's the only thing. And his job is just get the ball to the center, to the quarterback, and he'll do the rest. But you're asking your quarterback, who has a roughly anywhere from 50 to about 80 plays during a game. You're asking him to be perfect on every play, right? What are you asking a receiver? Just catch the damn ball, right? What Keyshawn would say, throw me the damn ball, catch the ball. A receiver gets into the action or targets maybe 5%, less than 10% a game, unless you're playing with the Raiders, where Carr is always looking for Devontae Adams yesterday, right? I don't get that. But the thing is, a quarterback, I always say, here's what we need you to do. We need you to be as perfect as possible between 50%, 56% or higher. If you are, on every play, just, trying to be 56% or higher, and it could be completions, making sure the swing passes, the handoffs are done right, and then grow off that 56%. But the thing is, you got to be patient with quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, right? Do not throw them to the wolves like you did with Josh Rosen there with, Arizona? Man, you can't be throwing these guys to the wolves, especially when you make that big jump from the college to the pros. You got to be extremely, extremely patient. And you saw Aaron Rodgers talk about it yesterday, right? He talked about patience with his receivers. And, everybody was waiting for that press conference for Rodgers to throw the receivers under the bus, right? And, he didn't. And I'm glad he didn't, because he's the leader of that offense. And he talked about patience. And you got to be patient. And, look what happened last year in week 1, right? They went to, was it New Orleans or Carolina? Remember, they went down, I think it was Carolina, was it? They got smoked by the game 1. And we'll see what happens, right? But you got to be patient, especially with quarterbacks. And Jimmy Garoppolo, to me, I think the Niners, we'll see if they did a mistake. I'm going to be, obviously game 1, you can come on here and say, oh, what a mistake that was. Patience, right? You got to be patient. Anyways, Ron's rant's over right there. Let's talk about the Broncos against the Seahawks. -6.5, 43.5 is the total. Now, the thing is, to me, this line is a bit of an overreaction to the event, right? Let's be honest. What's the event tonight? You got, Russell Wilson coming back to Seattle. It's an isolated game. The whole world is watching Russ cooking in Seattle. And you look at the line, 6.5. Look at my line on the game. -0.65, -1.8. You got a quarterback in Geno Smith, who's a veteran journeyman quarterback, right? Geno Smith's been in the league a long time. He just doesn't, obviously he just can't win a starting job. And that's okay. If you have a trusted backup who can go in there and get the job done, sometimes it's better than the alternative, right? You got DK Metcalf. You got Tyler Lockett. You got the weapons on offense. And to me, when I look at the weapons on the receiving core, obviously the edge a little bit to Denver on the quarterback situation. And it's going to come up to defense, right? It's going to come up to the defense playing well. But to me, I think this line is way too high. I got a 24-19 forecast, and the chance of winning the game straight up, 62.1 to 37.3. But the number that I like tonight is the Seattle Seahawks at home on Monday Night Football since 1983. Look at this point spread record. Playing on Monday, 15-7-2 against the point spread. Give me Seattle plus 6.5, and let's show me the money.
Show me the money!
Geno will find a way to lose the game, says Bo Jackson. Have faith, Bo. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. All right, so I do like the Seahawks here tonight. Let's do a little bit of a rundown, and I'll give you like a rapid fire of just my initial thoughts, and I plan on doing this today or tomorrow, going through every game and just give you like one bullet point things, because when you're handicapping next week, and I say this, the week 1, right? I said, to me, the dynamic duo of the head coach and the quarterback plays a big role. Buffalo, Josh Allen, the Rams, you can tell the Rams were not, they were good. What was it, 10-10 at halftime? And it just, when you get into a game and you got a team at halftime, 10-10, it's about breaking their will, right? And the Bills eventually broke their will of the Rams, and they got over the top. And normally, teams like that, when you go into LA and you're 10-10 at halftime, and we all know McVay's record at halftime, right? That's an impressive win for the Bills. So the Bills are the Bills, and I know you guys know I'm a big Bills fan, right? A little John Peresco Bills cutting board, a little prop right there. Cleveland against Carolina. You know what? I've watched all the games. I didn't give this game a lot of attention because I was watching that Pittsburgh game, and I had other 2 TVs, so I don't really have an opinion yet on this game. I'll have to look a bit of the box scores. But the one thing I'll say though, Carolina came back, right? They were down, so a nice gutty effort by Baker Mayfield to try to get back and win that game. Unfortunately, fell short. Detroit. How many times in the third quarter, third quarter, I said, okay, here we go. Same old Detroit, right? But the one thing I love about the Lions, just like their head coach, Campbell, they fought and they didn't quit. I do like that. Philadelphia, Man, if they run that RPO with Jalen Hurts and that run pass option, that's going to be tough to beat on 3rd and short. And anybody who's in football, especially defense coordinators, check out the defense coordinators who had to go against Chip Kelly. I bet you all of them have no more hair anymore because they pulled it all out. RPOs are hard to stop. Run pass option, when you're reading the defensive end, it's one of those toughest things to do. Baltimore looked very dominant. Jets are just, hey?
How about our offense?
Yeah, there wasn't there. New England against Miami. The defense, it's the same old, right? The Patriots still got the defense. Who's going to put points on the board? The Dolphins played well. Tua, I remember I said last week, Tua, he's got a 60% win percentage. Tua's got a very good win percentage in the NFL. You look at Tua right here. Where's his, let me see, where's the quarterback one? Tua, where's Tua? Yep, Tagovailoa, 61% win percentage. And you look at all the 8-type quarterbacks with a 60 or higher win percentage, there's Tua. Hey, where is he from? Bama. Hey, they know how to win football games there. Came close this weekend, though. Almost lost that game. Hey, Nick Saban. But in New England, let's be honest. Patricia's not an OC. Get an OC. What are you doing in New England? You need an OC. And, Tyreek Hill looked very good for the Dolphins. Colts, slow start, but you got to give Houston credit. I think Houston is a very underrated football team. I think we look at the Texans, we saw that fiasco with Watson, and I think we think that they're a very bad football team. Houston's a good team. Houston is a good team. Lovie Smith knows what he's doing. They'll be competitive. I don't know if against the point spread. I don't know in the straight up column, but I think in the point spread column they'll be good. Chicago, well, as much as I want to give them full credit for that win, but the weather did play a role. Let's be honest. The weather played a factor, and Chicago, hey, they're used to it, right? San Fran, yeah, there was no surfboards and what's that beach there where they do all the weights there? Hey, in San Francisco. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Steelers, man. I love the Steelers defense. But, having said that, you had 5 turnovers in the game. You nearly lost the game. When normally you get 3 turnovers or more, you should win the game, right? But Cincinnati, wow, this team is never out. So the Bengals are still the team to beat, in my opinion, in that division. And Trubisky, hey, the one thing, he disappeared in the second half, but I'll give Trubisky credit. And again, he's got a 59 win percentage when he was with Chicago Bears. He did a good job yesterday. He in the overtime, in the second half, he was invisible. He wasn't very good in the second half. He did okay in the first half, but there's more room to work there. But he made the key throws when he needed to. He made that real nice throw in the overtime to get the Steelers into position to kick that winning field goal. But Cincinnati, unfortunately, their long snapper got injured. They should have won that game, right? Washington, Jaguars. Washington looked okay. Jacksonville, give them time. They're going to be good. The Raiders, they got to throw it around more. Devontae Adams had too many targets. You can't be just looking at one receiver. Take the blinkers off. I tell our quarterbacks all the time, when you're in the pocket, don't be just, gunning on one guy. Take your blinkers off. Work the field, and what makes you successful is when everybody touches the ball, right? Because now the defense doesn't know what to prepare for. Chargers, they're just a good team at home, right? Tennessee, you better find a way to get some receivers in there, because that's a game you had yesterday. And Saquon Barkley, hey, is he back? He had a great game yesterday. They made some really nice runs up the middle. They ran a lot of counters, but the one thing I didn't know, I don't know if it was a trap play, but a lot of through the A gaps. They ran a lot of running plays through the A gaps between the guards and center, and there were some off tackles too. But the Giants running game, absolutely phenomenal. And Brian Dable, former the OC of the Buffalo Bills, aggressive. And if you're a player and you're playing for a coach like Brian Dable, you absolutely love what he did when he said, we're going for 2. We're going to go win it. I don't know one player that will ever say no. You ask a player in that situation, coach, do we kick the extra point or go for 2? Every player will say go for 2. Let's put the nail in the coffin, right? Tennessee, they're going to have to find more receivers. They can't be going to, was it Phillips all the time? Was it number 11 or 18? I can't remember. But that's the only guy that they were just trying to, Tannehill was just focusing on. You got to get more receivers involved if you're Tennessee. If not, it's going to be a 9-6 type year, right? 9-7. Kansas City, to me, Mahomes on a mission. Mahomes is on a mission, and he looked absolutely fantastic yesterday. I just hope Buffalo, they don't get in Buffalo's head, right? Kansas City, they're good. Just in, they're still good. Arizona, ooh.
Struggling.
Yeah, struggling big time. Big time. Green Bay, you know what? Because you got Aaron Rodgers, it's too early to tell. Let's wait till week 3 or 4 to see if they figure their droppies, the drops. They got to figure the drops out. And Minnesota, yeah, you're always good at home. Let's start winning on the road, right? Tampa Bay, Dallas, Dallas.
Struggling.
That was off. That was ugly. That was just, and sometimes you want to tip your hat to the defense in Tampa Bay, and Brady's Brady. Hindsight being 2020, yeah. Do I want that pick back? Absolutely, 100%. New Orleans, Atlanta. Good comeback here for the Saints. Atlanta, Arthur Smith, you got to find ways to finish games. Hey, you don't play football just to play for 55 minutes, 50 minutes. You play to win the game, right, Herm Edwards?
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports.
Yeah, it's a great thing about sports. But the Atlanta Falcons, you got to play and finish. You know what Chip Kelly says all the time? Play fast and finish. That was one of his mottos when he was at Oregon. And for the Atlanta Falcons, you got to find a way to finish teams. When you got them on the ropes, you got to do the KO. You got to find a way to KO teams, especially in the division. There is no way Atlanta should have lost that game yesterday. Find a way to knock them out. Knock them out. As Mike Tyson would say, everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the mouth. And then you got Denver, Seattle, and we'll look at that. All right, that's my rapid fire for a NFL Monday, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you enjoy it, please hit that like button. We got to get those likes up. We did get to 30, so I appreciate that on a football Friday. We got to 30. But if you guys enjoyed that lightning round, I'll do that every Monday. I'll give you my little tidbits on everything. But I think it's important to recap. The one thing that's really important, while it's still fresh in your mind, to talk about what happened. So this way, when you're handicapping the next week, you got to remember this stuff, right? You got to remember, is that a team that I can trust? And the one thing that I do when I'm handicapping games, I look at the dynamic duo situation, right? Let's go back to my chart and let's take a look at the A-type teams and let's see if they were dynamic duos. LaFleur, Roger, no. Andy Reid, Mahomes, yes. Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, yes. Belichick, Mac Jones, no. McDermott, Allen, yes. McCarthy, Prescott, no. And let's take a look at the B-type teams. Tomlin, Trubisky, yep. McVay, Stafford, even though they got the loss, they didn't get the job done, I still trust them. Vrabel, Tannehill, still a good, it's just I need to see the receiving, more receivings, receivers catching the ball, not just number 11 all the time. Todd Bowles, Brady, yep. Frank Wright, Ryan, man, they what happened? That was a slow start for the Colts, but I still trust them. Zach Taylor, Burrow, trust them. Rivera, Carson Wentz. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. I think this one here, I got to give a few more games. Shanahan, Trey Lance, nope. You got to go to Garoppolo. And then those are the B-type dynamic duo, right? And when I'm handicapping these games, that's things I consider. And the thing is, guys, remember, this is sports betting. This ain't fantasy sports. I don't care about, how many points that Devontae Adams is going to get me. I don't care if, Henry for Tennessee is going to get me how many touches and how many yards. I need to know the number, and can I beat the number? What do I say all the time in this show, right? It's a numbers game. And it's just, is my number better than the bookmaker's number? And as much as we fall in love into the player, you still got to handicap players, right? And if you go back to the Raymond report, the 5 fundamentals of sports, Derrick Henry, there you go. Hey, I'm not that great. You guys know that. When it comes to names, I'm not the greatest guy to pull up names, but I'm not here to be a fantasy expert. I'm not a fantasy guy. I'm a sports bettor. I'm a professional handicapper. The thing I look for is numbers. I want to see if there's value in the number. Is the percentage play a number that I can beat? The performance cycles into the numbers can I beat? There's the situation about fantasy right here. Player availability. I don't care who's injured. I need to know who's available to play. Injuries, you know what injuries will tell me? It'll tell me, the line will tell me who's injured. You don't think that, Dak Prescott being injured, that the line's going to tell me next week what the line, that there's an injury to Dallas? Absolutely. That's how you forecast and you handicap the line, using injuries. So I don't really pay attention. I do pay attention to injuries, but what I really pay attention to, who is available to play for us that I'm betting on that weekend, and I use a money management system. So don't get caught into the name game. Hey, don't get caught in the fantasy name game. Get caught into the number and handicap the number. And as Stone Cold would say,
and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, man, I'm fired up on a Monday. Woo! Hey, this is a Monday. Football. See what football does to you? It just gets the blood going and gets the energy going. And man, it's how great is it to have football back, right? All right, we all know what time it is, right, AI?
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
How silly is that? And you know what? Before I get to the 80% Club, I just saw Mark Nation post something. And my biggest mistakes week 1, I saw afterward, was taking too many road favorites. You know what, Mark? You just made me think of a segment that we should do every Monday. We should do a... I'll think of a name, but talk about things that, okay, I'll give you a great example. Remember about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I said, when Houston went to Atlanta, and I said, man, I picked Houston. I said, what am I doing going up against the Atlanta Braves, who are bullish and are just on a great run for the last, 45 days. And I'm taking Houston. And I'm looking at the value, and I'm looking at the strolls, but it's still Atlanta. And I think what we need to do every Monday is look at our mistakes and educate the new people, the novice better, and not just educate, share what the thing is in sports betting, we never remember the wins. You know what we always do? We remember the losses. I can tell you losses from 1996 that still burn me, right? But I think that's a great idea. We should talk about what we learned. Yeah, maybe that we call it what we learned in week 1 or what we learned on Sunday. I think that's a segment we'll bring tomorrow. So there's your homework for tonight, folks. Go out there, tell us what you learned here in week number 1 and bring it to the show tomorrow, and let's share. The thing is, and this show, I want to see more engagement from the people in the bullpen, because the more people that share, I see it, I translate it, and then you guys see it and you hear it, and then you talk about it, and then that's how the power of the network works, right? The more people talking and sharing, the stronger. I always say to our football team, right? All of us is stronger than one of us. And if you have that concept as a team where all of us collectively share our information, share our knowledge, that makes us a strong community, and it helps you with your personal interest, right? Whatever your interest is, and it could be fantasy, it could be betting, whatever your personal interest is. All right, back to
we talking about practice.
All right, let's get to the 80% Club. Speaking of those strolls, 12-1 as a minus 200, 220 road favorite, coming off a win the last 4 years. The Dodgers 12-win on minus 300 or more. Yeah, I don't care about that. Hey, I'm not giving you guys minus 300 trends. Sorry. As much as you love trends, and I know the trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent, I don't care about 300 trends. Minus 200. I'm even breaking the rules almost of...
Oh, no, never.
Why not?
Against the rule.
Yeah, it's against the rules betting 300 or more. The Astros 9-1 on minus 200, 220 road favorite versus non-division opponent the last 5 years. The Braves 9-1 as an away team, coming off a 2-game losing streak the last this season. So that's a 90% angle. And look at that, it's all Dodgers and Stros. Where's the Blue Jays? I don't get a Blue Jay trend here. Rays, oh boy, I don't know if I want to do that. Hey, the Rays are 8-2 as a 120, 140 road underdog, coming off a day game the last 5 years, and let's hope that doesn't bite me in the butt tonight, right? All right, woo! Hey, as Ric Flair would say, woo! Man, what a show! Hey, what a great reflection, Mark says F. Yeah, we'll call it, you know what? There you go, F. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you guys, all of us is stronger than one of us, and we'll call it Reflection Monday. Hey, I know it's a cash out Monday, but we'll do a great reflection Monday, and we'll reflect on the weekend. And it doesn't have to be NFL. It could be college football. It could be NHL, MLB, and we'll just sit there and we'll reflect over the weekends, the do's and don'ts, and the never do that again, right?
Oh, no, never.
Why not? Against the rules. It's against the rules.
You're stupid when you do that.
Well, I don't know if I'm stupid, but money never sleeps, pal.
Money never sleeps, pal. Just made 800,000 Hong Kong gold.
All right, folks, that's a wrap for a Cash Out Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. This was a lot of fun. I'm just fired up today. I don't know why. Just, I don't know what it is. It Mondays after, take the weekend off, you recharge the batteries, you're in a great mood. My sister was in town with her brother-in-law, my family's here. So it was a good weekend. It was a very good weekend. I went to a baseball game Friday night. Our Ottawa Titans lost, though. Congratulations to the Les Capitales de Quebec, who are going to take on the another Schoenberg, I think, the team from New Jersey. So the Frontier Baseball League, got to give a little shout out to the Frontier League, a little love for the baseball minor leaguers. Hey guys, if you ever get a chance to go watch minor league baseball, go support them, because these guys, they don't make a lot of money. They put on a great show, and it's just being at a ballpark makes you feel young again. Hey, I don't know. I'm 54, but just going to the ballpark the last couple of weeks, and I'm kicking myself for not going to more games. It just made me realize how much I love going to the ballpark, and a lot of fun. All right, I'll be back here on a Ruby Tuesday to bring you guys some more detailed information, and have yourself a great rest of your Monday, and go Seahawks plus 6.5. Harry Carey, get us out of here.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Joe, own the Chiefs.
Owns.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Great cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo! If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.